We'll begin in an elevated, comfortable seat. I have a bolster with a blanket on top, 2 blocks, and a strap. We'll start with a minute to celebrate that we made it to the mat. Keeping the eyes closed, bring the heels of the hands over the eyes and gently begin to massage until the phosphenes appear. The phosphenes are the bioluminescent patterns that you're seeing. As the brain processes these pressure signals into visuals, they are unreally real. Once you have them activated, keep the eyes closed, lower the hands, and look into the phosphenes. Practice opening your peripheral vision with your eyes closed. And then engage the breath into the back of your throat. The Ujjayi pranayama, the lips closed, and the narrowed vocal cords. So you can both hear and feel the breath as you look into the phosphenes. Interlace your fingers and press all the way down as you exhale. As you inhale, raise the arms, lift your gaze. On the exhale, press forward and flex the spine out. Inhale, extend the spine, look up. And as you exhale, trace the edge of your peripheral vision with your thumbs, all the air out. When the inhale comes, raise the arms, tracing through the peripheral vision, seal the palms. Exhale, press straight up and straight down. Inhale, extend the spine, look up. Exhale, press forward and purge all the CO2. Inhale, extend the spine, look up. Exhale, twist to your right, all the air out. Inhale, back to center. Let the palms seal, reach to your fullest. Exhale, turn to the left, in all the CO2 out. Inhale, back to center, the palms seal. Exhale, bring the right arm under the left for eagle. This is one of my favorite positions. As you lift the elbows, draw the shoulder blades down and freely move the neck and the shoulder girdle to discover where the tension was hiding. And let your elbows drop to your sternum, let the head dangle forward and breathe into the back of the heart, releasing any grudges or stuck energy from before the new year. As you inhale, open all the way out into dispelling position. Find the edge of the peripheral vision with your thumbnails. And on the exhale, bring the left arm under the right. Other side. Now, this is a position you can use on an airplane, in self-release. It may look a little strange, but who cares? Then as your elbows drop to the sternum, let the head dangle forward. And this is a great position if you bench press. You can do this after your sets to release and reset your thoracic spine. Inhale, open all the way out to the right and the left. And then wrap your fingers around your thumbs as you circle your wrists, circle the shoulders, just to break up any frustrated energy in the chest and the arms. Great. From here, you can come off of whatever you're sitting on, just move it off to the side. We'll come into hammock pose. So the hands turn in, the feet are wide, the knees collapse together, flexing the whole spine out. We're using the Ujjayi breath so we can hear and feel the sensations of the breath, or literally the fact that the body changes shape when it breathes. Let the legs drop to the right. You're going to spin all the way around. Lower the forearms parallel. The head will dangle between them, releasing any non-functional tension back into the ground. And then come back up. Let the legs drop to the left. So the knee is in the sole of the opposite foot. Discharging any energy that does not belong in the nervous system and allowing the mask to fall off. And giving back to our homeworld all the processed lessons of our past. Slowly come back up. Hold on to one shin in each hand and then begin to rock up and down the inside edge of the right rib cage 4 times, avoiding the spine, and then up and down the left side. So the idea is to be meticulous rather than fast. After the 4th time, cross your ankles, shift into puppy pose with the hips over the knees. This is the inverse of hammock pose, and the hairline towards the ground. This is an inhale dominant position. Just like when puppies prime their spine before they play. Elbows are off the ground. Then inhale, come back up onto the hands and knees. Reverse your hands. On the exhale, push the ground away and flex the spine. On the inhale, extend the spine and look up. And keep going back and forth, synced with your breathing. Cat, cow. This position in the hands is also very good for releasing any computer work, possibly having tendonitis or carpal tunnel. Then as you come neutral, peel up the heels of your hands, peel up your fingers, and just shake everything out. Nice and loose. And then find your first down dog. As always, let the down dog be organic, instinctual, not too tight and not too loose. We're looking for an even distribution of weight between the hands and feet. So you resist gravity with your arms, straightening the elbows and bending the knees to receive gravity. So that weight distribution is more possible. Inhale into plank pose, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale, we'll come into Sphinx pose. So the elbows are under the shoulders. As you inhale, pull the ground under and look up. Exhale, look under. back and forth with the breath. This one's good to release computer neck. So we fall into our screen as we get into our work. Very easy to lose the posture. On the next inhale, come into salamander pose. The hands to the left and the right, the feet are wide. This is a watery integration of the spinal column. A back bend is not supposed to be hard, just like amphibians are water land-based beings. We'll come into cobra, so the reptilian cousin. As you press with the hands, pull, retract with the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, try to keep the shoulder blades in place as you crouch back to down dog. From here, turn the left foot out like a warrior two. So the right knee bends under. As your pelvis drifts to the right, come up lightly on the left fingertips, opening through your flank. Sending the breath into the intercostal muscles, so the muscles between the ribs. And then pivot to the other side. So my Nana calls them the patience muscles. The intercostals will lose their elasticity after age 35, but this ensures that they maintain healthy elasticity and circulation so we don't become like short fuses. Come back to down dog. Inhale the right leg out behind you. Exhale the knee to your nose. Inhale, reach out behind you. Exhale the knee to the left elbow, purge. Inhale, reach out behind you. Exhale, quietly step between the hands, lower the left shin, and then let the arms just swing. So the center of gravity is going down through the base of support. And as you inhale, raise the arms, gaze to the thumbnails, and keep the peripheral vision nice and vast. The lumbar and the cervical curves are long, so we're not throwing the head back. On the exhale, bring the hands to the ground. Inhale, if you wish, hover the right leg, and exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale either into cobra or up dog. Exhale, crouch back to down dog. Inhale, left leg behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, purge. Inhale, reach out behind you. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, reach up behind you. Exhale, step between the hands. Lower the right shin. And then as you come up again, loose arms. We want to ground through the floor. As you inhale, lift the arms and take the gaze to the thumbnails. As you exhale, bring the hands to the ground. Inhale, optionally hover the left leg. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, pull into a back bend. Exhale, crouch back to down dog. Continue to emphasize the exhales. And then match the length of the exhale to the inhale. Slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Softening the knees so the arms and spine are all like swampy vines. The abdomen's right against the thighs so you can feel the shape change of the breath in the adrenals and kidneys, floating ribs. And then ragdoll your way up to stand, keeping the knees soft. And it's going to shake everything out. So the next pose is figure eights. We'll make 6 figure eights with the spine. The hands are at the solar plexus, feet a little bit open. On the exhale, you'll flex forward. On the inhale, extend back up. 6 times. Once you have the movement, close the eyes and work with the phosphines, the bioluminescent patterns. You see, if we don't give the mind clear objects to focus on, it will make them up because it is a holographic generator. It's unreasonable to get upset at something for having a nature. And the mind is a holographic generator. It makes mental images, if you haven't noticed. Visuals, it can talk, can even make smells, sensations. Last one. And then advance back to the front of the mat. And set your blocks at the upper outer edges. And coming into Tadasana. Start with the exhale. As you inhale, sweep around and up, look over your head. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, right foot steps back into a lunge. Exhale, press through to down dog. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, crouch back to down dog. Inhale the right leg out behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach up behind you. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, reach out behind you. This time, come to fallen triangle. The right leg all the way out to the left, perpendicular to the mat. Optionally gaze up at the left thumbnail. Keep the musculature coiled to the bones so there's no drop in the joints. When the exhale comes, press back to down dog. Inhale the right leg out behind you. Exhale, step forward. Lower the left shin. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, arch back. Exhale, step forward, interlock the hands, fold in half. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, extend all the way up. Right into the other side. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, left foot steps back into a lunge. Look forward. Exhale, press through to down dog. Inhale into plank pose. This time lower either chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Exhale, crouch back to down dog. Inhale the left leg out behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, purge all the CO2. Inhale, reach out behind you. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, reach out behind you. This time, take the leg all the way out to the right for fallen triangle. Like a star, you're resonating in all different directions at once. One more breath here. When the exhale comes, press back to down dog. Inhale the left leg out behind you. Exhale, step forward, lower the right shin. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, arch back. Exhale, step forward, interlock opposite hand. Inhale, bend the knees, hook your thumbs, arch all the way up. Exhale, we'll do one Surya Namaskar A, bow forward. Inhale, prepare, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, lower halfway. Inhale, pull into a back bend. And then exhale, settle into down dog for 5. They're continuing to look for that buoyant balance of resisting gravity and receiving gravity. Not too tight and not too loose. At the bottom of the exhale, crouch, look forward. Inhale, step or jump. Lengthen the upper back. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to stand. Let the palms seal over your head. And exhale, Tadasana. On the inhale, bend your knees, come into awkward chair. And then bend the elbows so the shoulder blades retract. And you find a wheelie in your toes. You can even stumble back just to activate the physics. So that as you raise the arms back up, you're going to keep the shoulder blades down and stop when the hands ground the toes. Still breathing. You can play with it. If you lower your hands, the toes should come up. And when you raise your hands, the toes come down. So we're looking for the fidelity of all of these different points all at once. Inhale, stand up. You're going to separate your feet about hip distance apart. Hold the right wrist with the left hand and open through your right flank. Inhale up tall. Switch to the opposite wrist. Open your left. Inhale up tall. And then exhale the hands down. Couple of standing poses, and we'll get to the ground. This is a shorter practice. As you inhale, take the right leg up high, turn the hip out, and then place the foot either above or below the knee, but not against, for Vrikshasana, tree pose. Again, as the hands push, the shoulder blades retract. Optionally, raise the torso, arms, and gaze. The breath never stops. Even when poses fall apart, we train never to lose breath, gaze, or the playful conviction. Let's look down. I'm going to take the right leg back up. And then slowly come back to Warrior Two, continuing the hip opening. As the shins turn out, you want to feel the knees tracking evenly. The inner arches are preserved. As you inhale, straighten the front leg. On the following inhale, we'll shift back up to dressage, and then wrap the right leg over the left for eagle. Left arm under the right. So it's a double bind. Don't worry if you can't get the double bind. Optionally from here, start to bow forward. As you inhale, you're going to stand back up, unfurl. Keep the coil to the musculature. And exhale, Tadasana. Other side, as you inhale, take the left leg up. Externally rotate from the hip, coming into tree. Optionally raise the torso, arms, and gaze. Then look down, slowly continuing with the hip opener, I'm going to step back to warrior two. So we're looking for the alignment of the heels in one line. As the shins turn out, the inner arches are protected, the medial meniscus are protected, and the hips and groin begin to open. It all starts from the ground. When the inhale comes, straighten the front leg. On the following inhale, we're going to shift back up to dressage. Left leg over the right, right arm under the left. So it's like a serpent wrapped around a branch. From there, start to bow forward. As you inhale, slowly unfurl, keep the coil to the musculature, and then back to Tadasana. From here, we'll come to the ground. This is a shorter practice. So bring a block to medium height for goddess pose. You lean back so the elbows are on either side of it. The back of the heart is placed. Soles of the feet together, the knees are butterflied, and then the arms are to the left and the right. The head is protected from dropping back. We're not hyperextending the cervical spine. And then the arms can, like basically snow angel, until you find where the release needed to happen within the dimensions of the heart. By dimensions, I mean the heart is physical, and it's also emotional, and it's also energetic. From here, you can slowly come back up. And then you can take the block, always starting from the ground. Lift up and insert the block under the sacrum, where the vertebrae are fused. Legs are parallel, and at this point you can let go of the breath. We're in restorative territory now. Say, I love restorative back bends because you get the benefit without all the work. Especially for modern, city-dwelling, technology-wielding people. To slow down and allow the adrenals to get recharged is so important. Then from here, we'll lift up and shift the block down to the medium height. If you're already at medium, just stay there. And this is wiggly baby. So the feet are up, and I'm just playing around here. Any kind of long sitting you've had to endure in an airplane or a car ride or your desk, I'm going to release out the SI joints where the sacrum and the pelvis are fused. Releasing here. Then we'll shift the weight into the shoulder girdle and tilt. I'll say pop a wheelie with the block so that you're in the plane of the block versus the edge, and then take the legs up for Viparita Karani. This is a safe, powerful inversion. Normally I would never turn my head in inversion, but the weight is nowhere near my neck. This is a pose you want to stay in for about 5 minutes. And then afterwards, take your Shavasana for as long as you wish.